Hey everybody, Life's Journey at 50 here. So, hey, tires. Everybody's an expert. Everybody's got an opinion.
Really? No, not really.
This is kind of where, it's kind of like the unicorn thing with the bike, right? It's like the unicorn with the tire stuff. So,
Unicorns?
so I get a kick out of that. But what I will say, if you're doing off-road and you are trying to figure out mileage wise and stuff like that, let me give you an idea about these MOTOZ. These are the Rallz. This is the Tractionator. This is the Dual Venture and the Adventure tires. These are the combinations. So now you've seen my post probably in the past. If you've watched my channel, if you haven't, like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and go check out my MOTOZ tires, because this is these are the tires, the Rallz, that kind of give people a little wonky feeling once you get up to about 75, 80 miles an hour. And that's maybe above the speed limit depending on where you live. So be careful out there. So the front tire I've always found on the Rallz is that it takes about 300 to 500 miles for this tire to settle in, especially if you're on the highway. Off-road, no issues. Period. Great, fantastic. Can't to me, can't beat the Rallz. But when you are on the highway and you're getting close to that 75 plus mile an hour range, and especially when you're out west, because the highways are a lot faster out west than they are east, you will have a tendency to feel the not settle in, especially for what happened when I went down on the highway. I was in some grooves, and I don't want to belabor the point, but I was in some grooves, hit the bump coming over, couldn't get out, slid the bike down the highway. But these tires are just absolutely fantastic off-road. You can see the big separation in the lugs. Now, my buddy, and you probably know him, Kyle Bradshaw, the tire guy. I'll leave links for Kyle as well. He is just absolutely fantastic. He does deep dives on all kinds of tires, and he really sets apart the industry on tires. Now, if you can see this, and I'll try to get a close-up of this, you can kind of see the tread patterns on here. It's a little bit wider. These have a little bit more of a center pattern on the Dual Ventures. And between these two tires, I've ran them both. When I first started riding off-road and I got into this, I normally used to run a Rallz in the front and an Adventure in the rear. Now, that combination would get me probably around 6,000 to 8,000 miles, depending on heavy highway usage, off-road, whatever, but about 6,000 to 8,000 on that combo. Now, on this combo over here, you're going to get probably, and that's because the front tire would wear out faster on the Rallz, so I would just switch them out then. On these, people are getting anywhere from maybe 7,000 to 10,000 or so on the Dual Venture Adventure combination. And what's nice about these tires, and I've ridden these off-roads, you still got some good solid blocks here. You've got good gaps in here, so if you're in mud, sand, you're going to be okay on these tires. So you're not going to have a ton of issues. Now, if you're heavier off-road, like what you guys normally see us do, that's the reason why I run the Rallz. We got a little bit wider gap in the blocks here, a little more paddle effect to get you through sand, mud, all the crap that's out there, and then obviously this front tire. Now, I usually only get maybe around 4,000 miles on a set of these, and you really got to be cognizant of your air pressure in theirs. They only require 35 pounds. If you look at most of the other tires on the GSs, I think it's 36 in the front, 42 in the rear. These are 35 pounds, so you really need to know that. I had it up a little bit too high last summer, burned out a couple of these, and they started cracking on me. I don't know if that was a manufacturing thing or whatever, but again, look at some of my older reviews on the MOTOZ. But I feel like when you start getting into off-road, or, you know, predominantly doing a bigger combination of the off-road, I mean, I even, for my new Beta 430, I bought this heavy-duty tire, MOTOZ tire for Venture, you know, Dual Venture and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited about that. Once I burn up the OEMs on my other one, the MOTOZ tires are going to go on my Beta. So again, like I said, everybody talks about unicorn tires, what's best out there. You know, people will talk about the new Tusk tire. We'll see how that one is. It is inexpensive for the Tusk tire, but I don't know how long they'll last and if you burn through those. I've tried the Mitas EO7 Pluses. They were on my KTM. They were okay. Not great in any heavy off-road stuff, but they're okay for fire roads and some dirt, but not really if you're going to get into any really good stuff. I had the Scorpions on my Aprilia, and again, I changed all those tires over to MOTOZ, and those Scorpions were they would just burn up. The Karus, I've had Karu 4s. They are trash. They get, I mean, I was lucky to get 1,800, 2,000 miles on those things, and they just fried. I am not a big Anarchy, Michelin Anarchy fan. They're loud. They're even, I've had Anarchy Wilds. I've had, they're super loud, louder than these knobbies on the MOTOZ. And they're just garbage tires. They burn up quick, not great. So I'm a big fan of the MOTOZ. They're durable. They last long. Shocking. You're talking about an 80-20 knobby, getting 4,000 plus miles out of them. You're talking about a 70-30 tire here that's going to get you 7,000 to 10,000 miles out of it. So, I mean, you're talking about 4,000 to 7,000 to 10,000, and just a shade difference between the two sets of tires and really what you're getting. So, I mean, you really could go out, take a set of these adventures, go do a BDR on them, and be completely happy with it. So, and you're going to get 7,000 plus miles out of them. These, if you're a little bit more rugged, you're doing a little bit more extreme stuff, you're still going to get 4,000 miles out of these things. So, again, they're on my GS. Those are my OEM wheels. They have some Dunlop Trail Max Missions, which are great tires. Don't get me wrong. Trail Max Missions is going to get you 10,000 miles plus, but you get any sand, any mud in those things, you're done. You can't really do a lot of off-road on the Trail Max Missions. Fire roads, some gravel, whatever, you're fine in those, but longevity-wise, great tire. You get 10,000 plus miles out of those. That's on my OEM tires. Those are what the dual ventures and stuff are going on. For my Woodies and for my other GS here, it's always the Rallz, and that's what I will run on those. So again, unicorn tires, I think it's MOTOZ. Yes, I've had my issues sometimes with them. Mostly it's because of this front tire. Again, I just feel that these are great tires. You see a lot of guys riding them, and but they're a little expensive. I'll leave a link in the description below. But I think, again, if you're looking for tires, if you want some longevity, 7,000 to 10,000 miles, you'll get out of these dual sport tractionators. About 4,000 miles or so you're going to get out of the Rallz. No problems off-road. They've been through mud, trees. You've seen my videos. I don't need to go through all that stuff. Very high proponent. And also leave a link for Kyle Bradshaw for his reviews, and so you guys can really take a look at it. So again, off-road, a road, to me, I love the MOTOZ tires. Big fan. Really excited when I have these on and I go off-road because I really feel more confident out there. So leave me a description what you think. Leave it in the comments what you think on tires. Again, this is like the unicorn bike, right? What's the best tire out there? Everybody has their opinion. Everybody has their own personal preferences. This just happens to be mine, and I wanted to share it with you and kind of give you an idea of what I run and give you a little bit of difference between the two of them. So hopefully this helps. Thanks for stopping by. Again, hit that like, subscribe, notification button, and keep looking for videos. One day this weather will change, so and be able to really get some content out there about actually riding a bike instead of talking about all this stuff. So all right, folks, talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.